I'm from Kerala, I'm Malayali. I've done my master's in English. I've been teaching in Hyderabad for more than. So I deal with the verbal part of CSAT, reading comprehension. In the case of mains, I deal with writing skill. Forget about mains for time. We'll discuss what is required for us to verbal part of CSAT. Reading comprehension, logical reasoning. You have got this handout, right? We'll discuss some concepts first, then we'll try solving questions. And that one contains some previous questions as well. In the verbal part of CSAT, on logical reasoning, together, every year we come across 27 questions. And this reading comprehension and logical reasoning come under verbal logic. Come under verbal logic. As you know, there will not be any questions on grammar, not be any questions on vocabulary. All the questions in the verbal part will be based on these reading comprehension, logical reasoning. We're going to focus only on what is required for examining. Forget about the rest. The verbal logic questions don't have any rules, but there are some strategies or techniques. We'll go by those concepts, make sure that the options that select as the answer, we can never rely on guesswork. Help us. We'll go through some, I'll take you some concepts first. Those concepts will solve the questions in this. Now, for reading comprehension, logical reasoning, when it comes to these, when we approach the question, the verbal part, two things that need focused on are, one is understanding the context and meaning of each the idiom. That is understanding the context. The other one is identifying the charge. Now, identifying the charge in the sense whether a question or an idea carries a positive charge or a negative charge. The two things we do. Now, there are some concepts that help us understand. There are some concepts that help us identify. I'll take you through some concepts for solving. When it comes to reading comprehension, to focus mainly on 5 types of questions. Every type has got its own approach, its own way of approach. When you take a question, you need to understand which type it is, accordingly move. And logical reason also, the concepts are almost the same. A slight difference is in the types of questions. If it is a long passage or a short passage, doesn't matter to us. Like the length of the passage does. Only one sentence in the passage talk about one option, no matter whether it's a long passage or a short passage. What we need to do is, we need to identify exactly which sentence talks about every option and compare only that sentence with the option. Now, our task is to find out an option that in the passage. Nothing in any option must go beyond the passage. While approaching questions on reading comprehension, do not go for any kind of imagination or journal. Stick only to what is given. Compare the option only with sentence that talks about it. The charge of the option, the charge of the sentence that talks about the option remain the same. That means if an option is positively charged, sentence that talks about it must also be positively. Same way, if an option is negatively charged, sentence that talks about must also be negatively charged. Based on the words given in an option, must be able to identify the charge of the option. The author uses positive words in a sentence as positively. Same way, uses negative words, the sentence is negatively charged. Based on the words given in a sentence, we must be able to identify the charge of the sentence. The charge must remain the same. The meaning must also remain the same. We can select an option as the answer. These two remain the same, charge and the meaning. The charge remains the same, but the meaning doesn't. State that, right? So never try to understand the whole passage. In fact, it's not possible. We're not going there to buy heart the passage and come. Just want the answers like to be correct. Now, I'll give you some of words and all. Focus on those words while reading the passage. Let's go through the passage quickly, giving importance to those. Even if you read the passage, you will be able to understand what the passage is about. It is about history, geography, politics, that you'll be able to understand. That's the only thing we need to care about while reading the passage. Then move to the questions. Every question will be dealing with a particular topic. Understand the topic of the question, go to the exact part of the passage topic is meant. One topic will be mentioned only in one part of the passage. One topic will not be mentioned more than one part. So focus only on the part of the passage the topic is mentioned. Compare only that part of the passage. Means the option that we select as the answer to that question must be from that part of the passage. All the concepts must be applied only onto these. The part of the passage, topic of the question is mentioned. Forget about the rest. Yeah? So I'll give you some examples. Those examples, I'll tell you some concepts. But take this down. Take it as a part of the passage where the topic of the question. Beauty is God's gift. And everyone, everything has is God's gift. Everyone and everything. But not every not identifies not everyone. I have only 4. English is fine, right? Understand the now this is the part of the passage. Topic of the what my question is based only on this part. Friends. First option. Many identify second option. Some identify beauty. Some third option. Beauty is present everywhere. Fourth option. Only 2 and 3. We'll have only 4 options, but I'm giving you one more option. Option 5, none of these. We can select an option as the answer. The charge the same. Now we get from a positive idea, we can derive only a positive conclusion. Same way, from a negative idea, we can derive only a negative conclusion. Charge must remain. Based only on this part of the passage. Tell me the answer first. What do you feel is the answer may not be the answer? Never go for any kind of guess. For some concepts. Okay, tell me the answer first, then I'll tell you concepts. Paragraph and the. How many is the first option? Second option? Third? Fourth? None of these? Now, the rule is that from a specific, we cannot call a general specific, cannot go for it. We need to understand what the piece of information option is. That piece of information must be there in the paragraph. In an option, if a particular piece of information is framed in a general manner, passage also the same piece of information must be framed in a generally. An option, if a piece of information is framed in a specific manner, same piece of information must be framed in a specific manner in the passage too. It can never be general and specific or specific and general. It will always be general and specific. Now, these words all, always, ever, everyone, every time, someone, somebody, anyone, anybody, no one, no nothing, whatever, wherever, whenever, whoever. Already had some classes, right? Right. Now these words are termed as general words. These are termed as general words. If you find any of these, that is, these words tell us that when it's rule says a specific statement, we cannot go for a general. These words tell us that it's general. What, where, when, who, what, where, when. These words are taken as specific. What, a specific object. Where, specific place. When, specific time. Who and whom, specific persons. So these words are taken as specific. Whenever is added to them, they become whatever is general, wherever. All these are. How many articles there in English? And there are 3 articles. And are termed as indefinite because we don't use and to refer to a particular person or a particular object. They are termed as indefinite articles. That means and an definite article. The is called the definite article because we use the to refer to a particular object. Means the definite article taken as and are taken as general, the is taken as specific. These pronouns, this, that, they are pronouns and they are termed as demonstrative. They are called demonstrative because we use these pronouns to demonstrate something, refer to something in specific, like this book, that book, these books, those books. And that's where they're termed as demonstrative. Demonstrative pronouns are taken as demonstrative pronouns are taken as fine. If I go for a simple statement like Ram got the first rank because he studied well. This is a general statement or a specific statement? Ram got the first rank because he studied. Or specific. One reason, none of these general are in this statement. One more thing, I'm talking about one particular person, Ram. The Ram got the first rank because he studied well. As I'm talking about one particular person, it becomes a specific statement. From this statement, can we go for a conclusion? All those, that becomes a general. All is a general. I said from a specific statement, we cannot go for a general conclusion. Option is general, passage to it must be general. Specific, the same. From the same statement, Ram got the first rank because he studied well. From this statement, can we go for a only not necessary to study well to get the first rank. Copy also will get the conclusion. The reason only is an extreme word. Such an extreme word is there in an option. Such an extreme word must be there in the part of the passage, topic of the question. Don't find such a word there, eliminate that. As I said, the option that we select as the answer must be there in the passage. But we can never expect copy paste. Same information will be there, expressed ways using. If I say, no one has helped me but you. No one has helped me but you. Meaning of the sentence. No one has helped me but you. Only you have helped. Same idea expressed. If we want to go abroad, we must have a visa. If we want to go abroad, we must have a visa. Same as only those who have a visa go abroad. Same idea expressed. You find such an extreme word an option, such a word is there in that part of the passage or not. Don't find that, eliminate that. Now come back to the paragraph I have given. Beauty is God's gift. Everyone, everything has beauty. But not everyone identifies. Now there's something called indicator. Important concept. My term indicators, I don't have time to give all the list. I'll send to the class group. Now we have three kinds of indicators in English: contrast, support, and cause and effect. A contrast indicator always connects to contradicting ideas, one positive idea and one negative. A support indicator always connects to supporting ideas. Means either two positive ideas or two negative ideas. Cause and effect. What do you mean by cause? Cause means something has not taken place. Effect means effect of the medicine, result of the medicine, result, outcome, fact, consequence, reaction, aftermath, all these mean. A cause and effect indicator always connects a reason and a result. A reason always supports a result. A reason never contradicts a result. Support means what? Positive, positive, negative, negative. Means if the reason is positive, the result must also be, the reason is negative, the result must also be negative. These are three kinds of indicators: contrast, support, and cause and effect. I'll give you a list. Now, we should not miss it. Indicators, this is at most important. Using indicators, we can solve a lot of questions on comprehension and logic. In this part of the passage, we have two. One is and, the other one is and is a support indicator. You must connect either two positive ideas or two negative ideas. But is a contrast indicator. It must connect one positive idea and one negative idea. That is first, right? The idea before and is beauty is God's gift. Is there any negative word in this idea? No. Beauty is God's gift is of course positive. And is a support indicator. First idea is positive. Idea must also. That means everyone and everyone has beauty. But is a contrast indicator. Must connect one positive idea and one negative idea. The idea before but is everyone and everyone. The idea after but must be negative. We have a negative word in the third idea. Not is negative. So in this part of the passage, the ideas and but. First idea, second idea, and the third idea. The first two ideas are positive. The third idea is negative. Yeah? Beauty is God's gift, and everyone, everything has beauty. But not everyone identifies it. It refers to. Come to the first option. We need to understand exactly what, identify exactly which idea in the talks about that option. Come to the first option. Many identify beauty. This option is negatively charged. Identify. Positive. No negative word in this option, right? And the piece of information in this option is identifying beauty. Now you tell me exactly which idea in part of the passage talks about this option. Piece of information, option one, identifying beauty. Exactly which idea in this part of the passage? Just look. Identifying beauty talked about in the third idea. So to know whether option one is correct, we need to compare option one. Forget about the first. Option 1 is talked about the third idea, right? According to this part of the passage, third idea is negative. This option is negative positive. Negative and positive not go together. I said the charge must remain the same. A negative idea, we can derive positive idea, we can derive positive idea. One is fine. Come to option 2. Some identify beauty. Options negatively charged or positive. Some identify. No negative word in this. Some identify beauty positively charged. Right? Exactly which idea in this part talks about third idea? Identifying beauty talked about third idea. Same way. To know whether this option is correct or wrong, you need to compare it only with the third idea. Forget about the first two. According to this part of the passage, third idea is negative. The option is negative positive. Not good. 2 is gone. That is based on the concept of indicators. Now we shall think about the meaning. Not everyone identifies, not everyone means, not everyone does not mean some. Not everyone means, meaning of not everyone is, of not everyone is no one. Even if you don't know the meaning of not everyone, this option can be eliminated. Charge. Negative and positive not go. 2 is gone, 4 is out. Now we have only two options left, and none of these. Come to option 3. Beauty is present everywhere. Exactly which idea in part talks about option? Everyone and everyone has beauty. Know whether option 3 is correct or wrong. We need to compare it only with the second. Forget about the first idea and the third idea. According to this paragraph, second idea is negative. This option is negative positive. Charge remains the same. That is not enough. Meaning must also remain the same. Come to option 3. Beauty is present everywhere is a general. I give it in the list of general. Not miss any. Right? Option 3 is mention about option 3 is this part of the passage also be general. Come to second idea. Everyone and everything has beauty. Everyone, everything, general and general go together. The context is fine. Positive and positive go together. The charge is fine. The answer. Now, everyone and everything has beauty. Everyone and everything has beauty. Have beauty. What has beauty? Beauty is present everywhere. Same idea, different words in general and general go together. Positive and positive. The charge remains the same. Context is completely fine. The meaning is completely fine. That's this is how we need to select an element option. Comprehension and logic. Fine. Take this down, right down. Time-saving devices. Time-saving devices constitute a new work culture. Constitute work culture. This culture, understand the meaning. This culture removes laziness. Culture and India and it needs it. Stop. Here needs it. The meaning. The first option based only on this part of the passage. Inference. That's my question. First option. India does not have. India does not have time-saving. India does not have time-saving. Second option. Time-saving devices, time-saving devices remove laziness. Third option, India must adopt UPT. India must adopt a new work culture. Adopt work culture. Fourth option, none of these. You can tell me. Then answer. How many is the first option? Second option. Third. What is the meaning of this? Your task to understand the time-saving devices constitute a new work culture. This culture, this culture means time-saving devices or the new. President says, this boy. Immediately before that sentence, there will be a sentence, boy. Only then we can say, President says, these books. Immediately before it, there will be a sentence, books. Only then we can say, these books. Same way, if a sentence says, this culture, immediately before it, there will be or must be sentence containing mention culture. Time-saving devices constitute work culture. This culture, new work culture. This culture removes laziness. The new work culture removes laziness. And in here, it is a pronoun, singular, plural. It is a singular pronoun or a plural pronoun. There is a concept called pronoun antecedent. Pronoun antecedent. Every pronoun must have a noun before it. First comes noun, then comes a pronoun. Without noun, we cannot have a pronoun. Every pronoun must refer to a noun before it. A singular pronoun can refer only to a noun, and a plural pronoun can refer to a plural noun. That's the concept of pronoun antecedent. You know which pronouns are singular, which are plural, right? Plural. A, plural I. Pronoun U is both singular and plural. There's only one person here, I'll say you. Many also, I'll just say. Pronoun U is both singular and plural. It is singular. And India needs it. It is a singular pronoun. It must refer to a singular noun. Tell me, the pronoun it refers to time-saving devices or the new work culture? It cannot refer to time-saving devices because it is the pronoun. Time-saving devices is a plural noun. Singular pronoun cannot refer to a plural noun. It refers to the work culture. The meaning of this part is time-saving devices constitute a work culture. The new work culture removes laziness, and India needs a new work culture. What this part of the passage tells us. This part of the passage, negatively charged or positively charged? Positive. No negative word here. This part of the passage is positively charged. The option that we select as the answer also be positively, right? Fine. Come to option 1. India does not have time-saving devices. One more thing, that paragraph doesn't tell us that India does not have time. This piece of information is not in that paragraph. That paragraph just tells us India needs work culture. Doesn't tell us that India does not have time-saving devices. One is element. Right? Come to statement 2. Time-saving devices remove laziness. According to that paragraph, what removes laziness? New work culture places. In the paragraph, the ideas are arranged in this order. Time-saving devices constitute the new work culture. The new work culture moves laziness. This is the order in which ideas are arranged part of the passage. Time-saving devices constitute culture, new work culture. From this, can we conclude that time-saving devices mathematics you have is equal, is equal. I take time-saving devices as a new work culture as most lazy. A is equal to B is equal to A is equal to, correct? Correct the answer. You know mathematics English, but you cannot change the rule in mathematics. Leave it there, I'll go back to it. No general knowledge. Poverty happened because of unemployment. Because of is a cause and effect indicator. Must always connected reason and a result. Poverty happened because of unemployment. Unemployment happened because of recession. What recession? Poverty happened because of unemployment. Unemployment happened because of recession. This, what my question is recession reason for? It is yes, then yes. I got disqualified. I didn't take the exam. I was ill, not keeping well. Same way, poverty, unemployment, recession. I got disqualified. I didn't take the exam. I was ill. Why did I get disqualified? Because I didn't take the exam or because I was ill? I got disqualified because I didn't take the exam. Will they disqualify me because I'm ill or not? Concerned about it. I got disqualified because I didn't take the exam. Why didn't I take the exam? Because I was ill. Means second idea is reason to the first idea. The rule is this. Reason and a result always appear close to. They should never get. Reason and result can never get separated. Must always appear close to each other. Forward, I got disqualified because I didn't take the. Why did I take the exam? Because I was ill. That means second idea is a reason to the first. Reason and the result must come. The third idea is a reason to the second idea. Reason and the result must come. Third idea cannot be the reason to the first idea. Reason and the never get separated. Now tell me. Poverty happened because of unemployment. Unemployment happened because of recession. Can recession be a reason for? What is it? Unemployment is a reason. Reason and the must come. Recession is a reason for employment. The must come. The recession cannot be a reason. Reason and forget. If I say, if I have some money, I can buy a pen. If I have a pen, I can write. If I have some money, I can buy a pen. If I have a pen, I can write. From this, can you conclude that if I have money, I can write? Pen, I can. Famous case. According to the paragraph, time-saving devices constitute. The new work culture removes laziness. From this, we cannot conclude that time-saving was a reason and never get. According to option, what removes? Time-saving devices remove laziness. According to the paragraph, what removes laziness? The new work culture removes laziness. Now, in the case of reading comprehension, there will be a question starting with why or containing a cause and effect indicator. Starting with why or cause and effect. So reading comprehension is, as you know, a question word why for reason. A cause and effect indicator connects a reason and a reason. Now, rule is this. a question begins with why, or if there is a cause and effect in the question, it means that statement that is given in question is the an example. Question begins with why, or if there is cause and effect, means that statement that is there in the question, there is a. I go for a question. Why do they help? Question mark. Question starts with one more question. She came here because. Because is a cause and effect indicator. Must connect a reason. These are two different questions. As I said, a question begins with why, or if there is a cause and effect question, means that the statement that is given in the question is it. The first one. Why do they help? Question starts with. That means the statement that is given here in the question. Statement given, they help. This becomes result as. Same way, she came here because. Because is a cause and effect. Same rule. The statement that is given. Statement given, it came. This becomes result as. And our task is to find out the reason to this. We need to go to the exact part of the passage where this result is mentioned. Mention only one part of the passage. When you go to the exact long passage or short passage, doesn't matter. When you go to the exact part of the passage, result is mentioned. The idea that comes very close to this result must be the answer to this. Forget about the rest of it. You need action. Focus only on the idea that comes close to the result. That idea must be the answer to that question. And compare all the four options only with that idea. Forget about the rest of it. Reason and result must always appear close. Yeah, that's a rule action. Second option is eliminated. Where this A is equal to B. Yes, only in the case of mathematics. If I say, I love friend, my friend loves his wife. Does it mean I love my friend? Maybe, may not be. But we cannot conclude it. It cannot be true. I know you, you know your friend. I know you, you know your friend. Does it mean I know your friend? Even in the case of reason and result, those two must always appear close. Two is eliminated. Now we have two options left, 3 and 4. How many say 3? Of these? Come to option 3. India must adopt work culture. That the option is general, paragraph also it must be specific this. Now these words must, have to, need, ought to, has to, had to, must, have to, ought to, has to, have. These words are termed as MOD. These words is about a compulsory. Must come, you should come, have to come, you need to come, you ought to come, he has to come, they had to come. All these words tell us about a compulsory action. They are termed as modals, and these words, all these words. Now the rule is this: if an option talks about a compulsory passage to compulsory, means if you find any of these words in, just see whether any of these are in that part of the passage. Don't find any of these words there. Eliminate that. Right? An option talks about a compulsory action. There also it must be a compulsory action. Come to option 3 once again. India must adopt a work culture. This is a compulsory action. Must is a. Do we have a modal in that? Needs is not a modal. Who is a pen? Needs is not a modal. Needs. Has is not a modal. Has to is a modal. If I say as a book, the compulsory action. Have is not a modal. Have two is a modal. I have a marker. Have is not a modal. Have two is a modal. We have a modal in option 3. There's no modal in that part of the passage. Means if there is a modal in an option, must be a modal in that part of the passage. Not here. Take this down, right down. Now listen, we can understand whether an option is general or specific. Compare that option with sentence at option. Many times, if one sentence a passage will talk one option. Compare the option only talks about it. Only when that option is compared with a sentence that talks about it, we can get to know whether it is specific. Unemployment is a big problem, in the case of logical reasoning. You can expect a paragraph-based reasoning, statement-based reasoning, both have been examined. Paragraph-based reasoning means a short paragraph followed by a question. Statement-based reasoning means a sentence followed by a question. Paragraph-based reasoning or statement-based reasoning, concepts or the way of approach remains the same. So what my question is, based only on this, inference is the same as conclusion. Assumption is different. Later I'll tell you. Inference is the same as conclusion. First option. Poverty is a curse to our receipt. Poverty is second option. People below the poverty line. Second option. People below the poverty line. Sorry. Like of those. Unemployment is a big problem in India. It's only on this sentence, which first option. Unemployment is the biggest problem. Unemployment is the biggest problem. Second option. Unemployment excess EXIST is pronounced as exist. EXISTS is pronounced as present bills. Unemployment exists only in India. Third option. Unemployment exists, same word, EXIST, exists in India. The fourth option. There is at least one more big problem in India other than unemployment. One more big problem in India other than unemployment. One more option, option 5. You have only 4 options, one more option. Only 3 and 4. Only 3 and 5 options. Done. Everyone saying 1, 3. Unanimous? 5. Come to the sentence. Unemployment, big problem in India. Option 1 says, unemployment is the biggest problem in. Now, tell me this. What are these Fewer words or more words, stronger, taller, more beautiful. Fewer words or more words are termed as comparative. They are called comparative. Fewer words can be compared to. What are these ST words or most words? Strongest, sharpest, superlative words or more. Superlative. Now, rule is this. If there is a comparative adjective, there must be a comparative part of the topic of the. That means if you find any option, or word or more, just see if there's any ER word or more word in that. Don't find any ER word or more word. Hate that. That means if two entities getting compared in an option, same two entities must get compared in that part of it. X and Y are getting compared in an option. X and Y must get compared in that. Same way, if there is a superlative degree adjective in option, must be a superlative degree adjective part of the passage, topic of the question, not eliminated. Come to the first option. The sentence given as a question is unemployment is a big problem in India. Option 1 says unemployment is the biggest problem in India. Biggest is superlative degree adjective. If there is a superlative degree adjective, must be a superlative degree adjective. That part of the passage. In the sentence given as a question, we have a superlative. One is fine. Come to option 2. Unemployment only. I've told you about the word only. Extreme word. Such an extreme word is there in option. Such an extreme word must be there in the passage. In the sentence given as a question, we have such an extreme who is also easy. Come to option 3. Unemployment excess. Unemployment is a big problem in India. This sentence is negatively charged or positive. Unemployment is a big problem in India. Negative. Poverty. Option 3. Unemployment excess in India. Negative. Poverty excess in India. Unemployment excess in India is also negative. Charge and negative. The charge remains the same. Unemployment is a big problem in India. Unemployment excess in India go to. That's general or specific. That is also fine. Unemployment excess in, and this meaning came from that. Unemployment is a big problem in. This can be unemployment. If unemployment does not exist in India, can it be a big problem in India? Unemployment has to be a big problem in India. First, it must exist in India. Meaning is fine or not? Meaning is fine. In India go together. The charge is also fine. 3 is correct. Can it be the other way? From option, can we conclude a sentence given as a question? The other way. Unemployment excess in India. From this sentence, can we conclude unemployment is a big problem in India? It is not possible. Unemployment excess in India, from this sentence, we don't know whether unemployment is a big problem or a small problem in India. That cannot be done. Whereas from the sentence, unemployment is a big problem in India, we can conclude that unemployment exists in India. That is completely fine, right? Come to option 4. There is at least one more big problem in India. One more big problem is not a comparative degree adjective. If I say bigger problem, bigger becomes a comparative degree adjective. One more big problem means talking about the number of big problems. If I say there is one more student in the class, the comparative degree adjective. Talking about the number of students, one more student, more student, more students. Anyway, one more big problem is not a comparative degree adjective. We're talking about the number of big problems. There is at least one more big problem in it other than unemployment. Can this meaning be gained from that sentence? Know that there are many big problems in India. This particular meaning, what option 4 tells us, can that meaning in from that sentence? Now, almost every has an explicit and an implicit. What do you mean by explicit? The outer surface, one that is clearly stated, directly stated, as a strict, also we can understand. What do you mean by in meaning? One that is indirectly stated, one that is not clearly stated. Now, examination, most of the answers will be in the best. If you find any difficulty with any, go for a parallel sentence. If I say, Rahul, an intelligent boy in the class. Rahul is the intelligent boy in the class is grammatically wrong. Rahul is all this nonsense grammatically correct. Rahul is an intelligent boy in the class. From this sentence, tell me, are there other if I say Rahul is the only intelligent boy in the class, that means no other intelligent class. Rahul is an intelligent boy in the class means what? There are other intelligent boys in the class. Agree with me? There are other intelligent boys in the class, same as there is at least one more intelligent other than Rahul. Same idea expressed words in Mithun, a teacher at analog IS. The teacher at analog IS is going to is a teacher at analog IS. From this sentence, tell me, are there other teachers at analog IS? Three teachers at analog IS means what? There are no other teachers at analog IS. Is a teacher at analog IS means there are other teachers at analog IS, right? There are other teachers at analog IS, same as there is at least one more teacher at analog IS other than same idea expressed. Now come to that side. Unemployment is a big problem. It is a big problem in India is grammatically wrong. Unemployment is a big problem in India. From this sentence, tell me, are there other big problems in India? Why I say it is problem in India? No other big problem in India. It is a big problem in India means there are other big problems in India. You with me? There are other big problems is the same as there is at least one more big problem in India other than unemployment. Option 4, the implicit, nothing in option 4 going beyond that sentence. 5. If I expect copy paste, my idea will be there. But now wait. From option 4, I remove the word at least. I'm removing the word at least, option 4. There is one more big problem in India other than unemployment. So no. Unemployment is a big problem in India. This sentence, don't know exact number. There is only one big problem. Don't know actually. But from that sentence, we know that at least one more big problem is there. But we don't know the exact number of the given statement. We know that at least one more big problem is there here other than. If I remove the word at least that sentence from that option is wrong. You completely fine the answer. 5. General, specific, comparative degree adjective, superlative degree adjective, modal. Take this down. Right? I take it as a logical differential question. 40% of the people below the poverty line suffer 40% of the people below the poverty line suffer. What my question is, based only on this sentence, which inference? Conclusion, right? First option. Poverty, the curse. Poverty, UPSC. This means second option. People below the poverty line, people poverty suffer daily. Third option. 40% of people, 40 are below the poverty line, are below the poverty line. Fourth option, all of the above. I have only 4 options, some more options. Fifth option, only 1 and 2. Fourth is all of the above. Fifth one is only 1 and 2. Sixth one is only 2 and 3. And 3. Seventh one, only 1 and 2. 1 and 2. The eighth one, none of these. Ask you. You are unable to. Spoken English is different. Examination is. First we can not know some strategies or techniques instead of trying to understand the whole. You have some time limit. Answer. How many is the first one? Second one. Third. All of the above. Only 1 and 2. Only 2 and 3. Only 1 and 3. None of these. Sometimes there may be only a slight difference between of the option. Many of a sentence talks about it. Some slight difference is there, eliminate that. Do that, you can understand whether an option is when we compare that option, then it talks about it, right? Come to sentence. 40% of the people below the poverty line suffer. Option 1 says poverty is curse. Those who don't agree to this, why not this? Does this sentence talk about poverty? Yes. This sentence talks about poverty line. Doesn't talk about poverty. Talks about line. Now tell me. Poverty line is general, which is poverty becomes general. Poverty line becomes right. General and specific. Not go together. 1 is gone. All of the above is gone. 1 and 2 is gone. 1 and 3 is gone. 4 options are right. Come to statement 2. People below the poverty line suffer daily. Don't agree to this one. Why? People means all people. Teachers means all teachers. Students means all students. Shares means all shares. Books means all books. People below the poverty line suffer daily means all people below the poverty line suffer daily. This sentence says 40% the people below the poverty line suffer daily. Now tell me, people 40% of people, general, which is people becomes general. 40% of people become specific, do not go together. 2 is gone, 2 and 3 is also. In every word in an option. But in the sentence that talks about that option, come to option 3. 40% of people are below the poverty line. What is wrong with this? Come to the sentence. 40% people below the poverty line mean from the people who are there below the poverty line, you're taking 40% of from the people who are there below the poverty line, you're taking 40%. Option 3 says 40% people are below the poverty line. 40% of people means 40% of all people. According to option 3, from all people, we are taking 40%. According to a sentence given as a question, the people who are there below the poverty line, we are taking 40%. According to option 3, from all people, we are taking 40%. I say 40% of the students at analog IAS, 40% of students, the same or different? 40% of the students at analog IAS, 40% of students, these two are the same or different? Completely different. Which is general, which is specific? 40% of the students at analog IAS means what? From the students who are there at analog IAS, I'm taking 40%. 40% of students means what? All students, we're taking 40%. So 40% of students becomes general. 40% of the students at analog IAS becomes specific, do not go together. The same is the case here. According to the sentence, the passage, we take from the people who are below the poverty line, we're taking 40%. According to option 3, from all people, we are taking 40%. Now, when we compare these two, which is general, which is specific, first one becomes specific, second one becomes general, do not go together. The answer is none of these. Clear? Any doubt? Fine. Take this down. Free and fair elections, FAIR. Free and fair elections have been held, BEEN. BEEN must be pronounced as been, not been. Have been held in Afghanistan. No general knowledge. Stop. The rebels, REBELS, rebels. Who are rebels? Rebels means? Those who go against the government, those who oppose the government. Rebels could not stop them. What is the meaning? Rebels could not stop them. Full stop. The government, you can pronounce as government as well as government. The government must be complemented, COMPLIMENTED. What do you mean by complimented? Praised, appreciated, congratulated. The government must be complimented on it, full stop. On it. So this is a part of the passage where the topic of the question is mentioned. It's only on this part, which option? Right? First option. The government has failed, FAILED, failed in handling the situation. Government has failed in handling the situation. Second option. The government has tackled, TACKLED. Government has tackled the problem with the rebels, REBELS, rebels. Third option. Free and fair elections. Free and fair elections Have been held. Have been held. The fourth option, only 2 and 3. 3, 2 and 3. Yes. Right. Poor. 3. Unanimous? Here's the answer. Further. Come to that paragraph. Understand me? It is your task. No one will help you on that. 2 and 3. Let's say 3. Free and fair elections have been held in Afghanistan. The rebels could not stop them. Them is a pronoun. Singular, plural. Singular, plural. Plural. The concept of pronoun antecedent, a plural pronoun must refer to a plural noun. Now tell me, the pronoun them refers to which noun here? Not elections. Rebels? No. It is the rebels could not stop themselves. Then themselves refers to rebels. I could not stop myself. You could not stop yourselves. He could not stop himself. She could not stop herself. If I say rebels could not stop themselves, then themselves refers to rebels. Them refers to? Government cannot be. Government is a singular noun. Them is a plural pronoun. A plural pronoun cannot refer to a singular noun. Not elections. Understand the meaning. That's enough. Free and fair elections. Elections is different from free and fair elections, which is general, which is specific. Elections becomes general. Free and fair elections becomes specific. The rebels could, free and fair elections have been held in Afghanistan. The rebels could not stop them means what? The rebels could not stop the free and fair elections. Right? The slight difference means eliminate. Right? Fine. The government must be complimented, congratulated on it. On what? Not free and fair. Stopping the rebels. Understand the meaning. Government must be appreciated on not allowing the rebels to stop the free and fair elections. That is the meaning. The meaning of this part is free and fair elections have been held in Afghanistan. The rebels could not stop the free and fair elections, and the government must be congratulated on not allowing the rebels to stop the free and fair elections. That's the meaning of this part. What is talked about the government in this context is negative, positive. Positive. So any option that talks about the government must also be positive. Come to one. The government has failed in handling the situation. Negative, positive. Negative, eliminate. The charge must remain the same. Right? Fine. Come to option 2. The government has tackled. What do you mean by tackled? Solved, handled, managed, dealt with, and all. The government has tackled the problem with the rebels. Option 2 is negatively charged or positively charged? Positive. Problem is something negative, positive. Negative. Tackling the problem, positive. Malnutrition, negative, positive. Negative. ML is a negative prefix. Malpractice, malice, and all. Malnutrition is negative. Overcoming malnutrition. So option problem is negative. Tackling the problem is positive. Option 2 is positively charged. Positive and positive, the charge remains the same. Right? Fine. The government has tackled the problem with the rebels. The problem means a specific problem or any problem? Specific problem. Because the is a different article taken as specific. In that paragraph, are we talking about any specific problem? Yes. The rebels trying to stop the free and fair elections. General or specific? Specific. Specific and specific go together. That is also fine. Right? Fine. The government has tackled the problem with the rebels. Can this meaning be gained from that paragraph? Yes or no? Can we gain this meaning from that paragraph? Yes? Oh no? According to that paragraph, what was the problem with the rebels? They wanted to stop the free and fair elections. Were they able to do it? Could not stop. Ah, yeah. Were they able to do it? They were not able to do it. The government did not allow them to do it. And that is why we say the government must be appreciated. The counter paragraph, the rebels' problem was that they wanted to stop the free and fair elections. They were not successful. The government did not allow them to become successful. And that is the reason why we say the government must be appreciated. Now tell me, was the government able to solve that problem with the rebels? Meaning remains the same. Specific and specific go together. The charge remains the same. Everything is fine. 2 is correct. Fine. What is option 4? Only 2 and 3. 2 is correct. So 3 is eliminated. 4 is still there. Fine. Option 2 is correct. No doubt. Right? So 3 is gone. 4 is still there. We did not discuss option 3. We haven't discussed it yet. 2 is correct. Agree with me, right? So 3 is eliminated. 4 is still there. You can get. Your examination, one question will be followed by how many options? In UPSC, CSAT, one question will be followed by how many options? 4 options. We have 4 bubbles to color. We cannot sit there, color and play. We can select only one option. See, answer. Every bubble stands for an option. The first bubble stands for the first option, second for the second, the third for the third, the fourth for the fourth. If option 1 is correct, we need to color the first bubble. If 2 is correct, the second, 3 means third, 4 means fourth, right? Fine. Option 1 is correct or wrong? If option 1 is wrong, can we color the first bubble? Now listen. Option 2 is correct or wrong? Correct? If option 2 is correct, can we color the third bubble? The third bubble stands for the third option, so third option is eliminated. Got it? Option 2 is correct. If option 2 is correct, we can never color third bubble. The third bubble stands for third option, so third option is eliminated. Now we have only 2 options left. Which are they? 2 and 4. What is option 4? Only 2 and 3. So now to decide whether we have to color the second bubble or the fourth bubble, we need to think about option 3. But even if option 3 is correct, we cannot color the third bubble. If option 3 is correct, means we must color the fourth bubble. If 3 is wrong, we must color the second bubble. Got it? What is option 3? Free and fair elections have been held. Correct or wrong? Correct? Exactly which sentence in the paragraph talks about option 3? First sentence. So to know whether option 3 is correct or wrong, we have to compare it only with that sentence. That sentence says, free and fair elections have been held in Afghanistan. Option 3 says, free and fair elections have been held where? We don't know. Now when we compare option 3 with the sentence in the paragraph, option 3 becomes general or specific? Option 3 becomes general. The sentence of paragraph becomes specific. General and specific do not go together. 4 is also gone. The answer is 2. All the students at analog IAS take the exam. All the students take the exam, completely different. All the students at analog IAS take the exam becomes specific. All the students take the exam becomes general. The same is the case here. According to the paragraph, free and fair elections have been held in Afghanistan. As according to option 3, we don't know where free and fair elections have been held. General and specific do not go. Yeah? Right? Take this down. India and Pakistan are democratic countries. And both have democratically, DEMOCRATICLLY, and both have democratically elected their prime ministers, THEIR, their prime ministers, full stop. Both the prime ministers want peace, full stop. This is a part of the passage where the topic of the question is mentioned. Based only on this part, which conclusion? That's my question. First option. India and Pakistan don't want, WNT, don't want to follow the path of conflict. Don't want to follow the path of conflict. Second option. India and Pakistan are neighboring countries. Option C, the third option, both 1 and 2. The fourth option, neither one nor two. Right. Four. Any other? One. How many say the first option? Second? Third? Fourth? What is the meaning of that part? India and Pakistan are democratic countries and both have democratically elected their prime ministers. Both the prime ministers want peace. This part of the passage is negatively charged or positively charged? Positively charged. The option that we select as the answer must also be positively charged. Come to option A. India and Pakistan don't want to follow the path of conflict, negative positive. There is a concept called double negation. Using this concept, we can eliminate some options actually. What do you mean by double negation? When two negative terms come together, the meaning becomes positive. So minus no minus is plus. Not impossible, negative positive. Not impossible, positive. Not is a negative word. Impossible is also a negative word. Two negative terms coming together. Not impossible means possible, which is positive. Now tell me, option 1 is negatively charged or positively charged? Positively charged. We have two negative words in option 1. Don't want is negative. Path of conflict is also negative. Double negation, option 1 is positive. India and Pakistan don't want to follow the path of conflict means India and Pakistan want peace. Can you change your answer now? Now how many say 1? Okay, leave it, I'll come back to it. Come to option 2. India and Pakistan are neighboring countries. Yes or no? Yes, we know that. What is wrong with statement 2? We know that India and Pakistan are neighboring countries. I said no general knowledge. It is this piece of information given in that paragraph. According to that paragraph, India and Pakistan are democratic countries. It's not given there that they are neighboring countries. No general knowledge. 2 is gone, 3 is also gone. Now how many say 1? 4. India and Pakistan don't want to follow the path of conflict means India and Pakistan want peace. Tell me, exactly which sentence in that paragraph talks about option 1? The second sentence actually. Both the prime ministers want peace. So to know whether option 1 is correct or not, we need to compare option 1 only with that sentence. That sentence says, both the prime ministers want peace. Both the prime ministers want peace means these two individuals want peace. Option 1 says India and Pakistan want peace. India means the whole country, the people of India, Indians. Pakistan also means the whole country, the people of Pakistan, Pakistanis. Now when we compare option 1 with a sentence in the paragraph, option 1 becomes general or specific? Option 1 becomes general. The sentence in the paragraph becomes specific. General and specific do not go together. The answer is neither one. Understand the question well before moving to the options. I'll ask you a simple logical question. Listen. All the students, don't write, listen. All the students in the class are writing. All the students in the class are writing. Rahul is in the class. From this, can we conclude that Rahul is writing? Yes? I say no. I said all the students in the class are writing. Then I said Rahul is in the class. Did I say that he is a student in the class? Maybe a teacher in the class, we don't. From this, we cannot conclude that Rahul is right. All the students in the class are writing. Rahul is a student. From this, can we conclude that Rahul is writing? Yes? Still no. Right. I said all the students in the class are writing. Then I said Rahul is a student. Did I say that he is in the class? May not be in the class, sometimes we don't. From this also, we cannot conclude that Rahul is writing. Listen. All the students in the class are writing. Rahul is a student who is in a class. Right? From this, can we conclude that Rahul is writing? Why not? Now, all the students in the class are writing. The class means what? Particular class, a specific class. Then I said Rahul is a student who is in a class. A class means can be any class. General and specific do not go together. He may not be in that particular class, we don't know. From this also, we cannot conclude that Rahul is writing. Listen, all the students in the class are writing, a particular class, specific class. Rahul is a student who is in that class. All the students in the class are writing. Rahul is a student who is in that class. From this, can we conclude that Rahul is writing? No. Now we can conclude. That is a demonstrative pronoun taken as specific. The is a different article taken as specific. Specific and specific go together. That is okay. If a sentence says that class, immediately before it, there will be or there must be a sentence containing mention about some class. Only then we can say that class. So I said all the students in the class are writing a specific class. Rahul is a student who is in that class. That class means which class? The class where all the students are writing. So what must Rahul be doing now? Must also be writing. Again. Give importance to every word in the option and every word in the sentence that talks about it. Right? So I've told you about general, specific, comparative degree adjective, superlative degree adjective, modal. Right? Fine. Take this down right now. Tell me this. What is the wait? If an option is framed like a doubt, in the passage also, same piece of information must be framed like a doubt, if not eliminate. I'll give an example. If an option is framed like a fact, in the passage too, the same piece of information must be framed like a fact, if not eliminate. It can never be a doubt and a fact or a fact and a doubt. It will always be a doubt and a doubt or a fact and a fact. What is the past tense of may? Past tense of may is might. If I say, I may come, can you be sure that I come? That's a doubt actually. It means may and might are for uncertainty, that is a doubt. May and might are for uncertainty, that is a doubt. What is the past tense of will? Past tense of will. Would. Past tense of will is would. What is the past tense of shall? No. Should is different. I told you about should. Modal. Telling us about a compulsory action. The past tense of both will and shall is would. Past tense of shall is not should. Past tense of both will and shall is would. If I say, I will come, can you be sure that I come? Yes. If I say, I may come, you cannot be sure. If I say, I will come, you can be sure that I come. That means, will and would are for certainty, that is a fact. May and might are for uncertainty, that is a doubt. Will and would are for certainty, that is a fact. If an option is framed like a doubt, the passage to the same information must be framed like a doubt. Same way, if an option is framed like a fact, in the paragraph 2, the same piece of information must be framed like a fact. Take this down. He will address, ADDRESS. He will address the audience. What my question is, based only on this sentence, which conclusion, which inference? The first option. The audience may like his speech. The audience may like his speech. Second option. The audience will like his speech. The audience will like his speech. The third option. He will entertain the audience. He will entertain the audience. Fourth option. None of these. Any other answer? Come to a sentence given as a question. First one. He will address the audience, framed like a fact or a doubt. Will and would are for a fact. Option 1 says, the audience may like his speech, fact or doubt. Doubt. Fact and doubt do not go together. One is eliminated. Number 2. The audience will like his speech, framed like a fact or a doubt. Fact. Fact and fact go together. 2 must be considered eliminated. Fact and fact go together, but 2 is eliminated because these are 2 completely different facts. No matter what, the meaning should remain the same. Same piece of information, their doubt, here also doubt. Their fact, here also fact. From the given sentence, he will address the audience. From this sentence, we don't know. The audience may like his speech, may not like his speech, will like his speech, will not like his speech. We don't know. I said no imagination. 2 is gone. Come to 3. He will entertain the audience, framed like a fact or a doubt. Fact. Fact and fact go together. 3 must be considered eliminated. Eliminated. These are 2 completely different facts. From the given statement, we don't know whether he will entertain the audience, will not entertain, may not entertain, we don't know. Fact and fact go together, but these are 2 completely different facts. Gone. The answer is none of these, right? Now, if any of these words is there in an option, we can easily understand whether it's a fact or a doubt. If none of these words is there in option, based on the words used by the author in that option, we must be able to understand whether it is framed in a general way or a specific way. Listen, I go for a statement like, you take it as the option. Listen. Demonetization has happened in India. Demonetization has happened in India. This statement is framed like a fact or a doubt. Fact. There's no word in this sentence denoting a doubt. It is framed like a fact. The sentence in the passage says, demonetization is likely to happen in India. Demonetization is likely to happen in India, framed like a fact or a doubt. Doubt. Fact and doubt do not go. Now the word likely tells us about a doubt. Probability. Fact or doubt. Doubt. Possibility. Fact or doubt. Doubt. Seems to be, fact or doubt. As he seems to be a good person. From this statement, can we be sure that he is a good person? No. Doubt. Appears to be. Doubt. He appears to be a good boy. Hence, we are not sure whether he's a good boy or not. Doubt. What we wish for or what we expect. What we expect is a doubt or a fact. Doubt. Because we cannot be sure whether we'll get or not what we expect. What we desire, what we wish for, all these are doubts. Likely, possibility, probability, appears to be, seems to be, what we expect, what we wish for, all these are doubts. Right? So these are concepts: general, specific, comparative, superlative, fact, doubt, modal. Yeah? All these concepts must be applied only onto an inferential question. Right? Not onto any other types actually, only onto an inferential question. Right? First, we'll do some inferential questions, then I'll tell you about the other types. Right? All these, in the case of an inferential question, The option that we select as the answer must be there in the paragraph. Nothing in any option must go beyond the paragraph, right? Our task is to find out a piece of information that is there in the paragraph. And all these must be talked about. If it is an inferential question, you will find any of these words in the question. What can be inferred from the paragraph? What can be concluded from the paragraph? All conclusion questions are inferential questions. What can be deduced from the paragraph? What is implied by the paragraph? What is true according to the paragraph? What is logically correct as per the paragraph? All these mean the same, right? If it is an inferential question, as I said, you will find any of these words in the question. Conclude that it is an inferential one. Find out an option is there in the paragraph, and all the concepts we have discussed must be thought of. Yeah? We'll do some inferential questions, and then I'll tell you about the other types, right? Fine. Think well, tell me your answer along with the reason for every option, right? Now, here in the exercise, we have previous year questions, and some more questions are added, which are tougher than the previous year questions, right? Now, all the questions we practice must be of the same difficulty level as the ones that appear in the examination, or a bit more difficult than that, on those that appear in the examination. Okay, fine. Come to the first question. Which of the following can be inferred from the above argument? Inferential question. What you feel is the answer may not be the answer sometimes. Now, I told you, I'll give you the list of indicators. You have to by heart the list. And I'll be solving many questions on reading comprehension and logical reasoning using those words actually. First, you tell me the answer, then I'll tell you about the indicators and my explanation about every option. The first one, try. Nothing in any option must go beyond paragraph. Understand what the piece of information every option is and see whether that information is in the paragraph or not. Any piece of information that is there in the paragraph is an inference. There are hundreds of details in the paragraph. Any detail that is there in the paragraph is an inference. Over? Huh? How many say A? Bombay? C? Delhi? The recent recession is also caused by the lending policies of banks. You underline also? should not miss any indicator while reading. Also is a support indicator. Explain. During the recession, banks were hardly lending, which further aggravated the liquidity crisis in the market. Now here we have the word aggravated. In option C, we have the word exacerbating. Option C. Aggravate is the same as exacerbate. What do you mean aggravate? Going from bad to worse. Right? Going from bad to worse is aggravate or exacerbate. Both mean the same. I'll explain the paragraph anyway. But this behavior of the banks is due to tightening of regulatory standards. Due to is a cause and effect indicator. It must connect a reason and a result. Never miss any indicator while reading. Due to tightening of regulatory standards by the RBI. So the banks will lend more if the regulatory standards are relaxed. I'll explain the paragraph anyway. This is an inferential question. Which of the following can be inferred from the argument above? Come to option A. The credit worthiness of the borrowers is not affected by the economic depression. Is the credit worthiness of the borrowers talked about in the paragraph? Nowhere in the paragraph. It goes beyond the paragraph, eliminated. And according to the paragraph, people are getting money or not getting money? Not getting money. That means they are not affected or affected? Affected. So in a way, one contradicts what is in the passage, one is eliminated. Right? Come to option B. Once the flow of credit is improved, the economy will come out of depression. Those who said B, exactly from which sentence in the paragraph do you get? Last sentence? Last sentence is, so the banks will lend more if the regulatory standards are relaxed. The banks will lend more is the same as if the once the flow of credit is improved. Same idea expressed using different ways. Once the banks will lend more is same as once the flow of credit is improved. The same idea expressed in two different ways. The economy will come out of depression. Given in the paragraph or not given? Not given. The first part of option B is there in this paragraph. The second part of option B, the economy will come out of depression or not, is nowhere talked about in the paragraph. B is eliminated. Fine. Come to option C. The imposition of tighter regulatory standards is the most significant factor in exacerbating the economic depression. Tighter is an ER word, a comparative degree adjective. Most significant is a most word, a superlative degree adjective. I told you, if there's a comparative degree adjective in option, one must be in the passage too. A superlative degree here, one in the passage too. In option C, we have a comparative degree adjective and a superlative degree adjective. Just skim through the paragraph and see. In the paragraph, anywhere do we have a comparative degree adjective or a superlative degree adjective? Lent more is not a comparative degree adjective. It has to be comparative adjective. There must be an adjective after more. More beautiful, more intelligent, more honest, etc. In the paragraph, we don't have a comparative degree adjective or a superlative degree adjective. C is eliminated. Now, that is based on the concepts of comparative degree adjectives and superlative degree adjectives. Right? Now we shall think about the meaning. Come to option C. I'll read option C once again and I'll ask you a question. The imposition of tighter regulatory standards is the most significant factor in exacerbating the economic depression. Tell me, according to option C, what is the reason for exacerbation? Tighter regulatory standards. Tighter regulatory standards is reason for exacerbation as per option C. Come to the paragraph. I'll start with the second sentence. During the recession, banks were hardly lending, which further aggravated. Aggravated is the same as exacerbated. Banks were hardly lending, which further aggravated the liquidity crisis in the market. Now tell me, as per the paragraph, what is the reason for exacerbation? Banks hardly lending money, right? Banks hardly lending money is the reason for exacerbation. Right? I'll continue reading. But this behavior of the banks, which behavior? Hardly lending money. This behavior of the banks is due to. Due to is a cause and effect indicator. It must connect a reason and a result. It's due to tightening of regulatory standards by the. So this is the order in which the ideas are arranged in this part of the passage. Exacerbation happened because banks were hardly lending money. And banks were hardly lending money because of tightening of regulatory standards, right? Fine. The first idea, the second idea, the third idea. The second idea is the reason to the first idea. Reason and the result must come together. The third idea is the reason to the second idea. The reason and the result must come together. The third idea cannot be the reason to the first idea because a reason and a result can never get separated. I take exacerbation as the first idea, banks hardly lending money as a second idea, tightening of regulatory standards as a third idea. Now tell me, can tightening of regulatory standards be the reason for exacerbation? Because the reason and the result can never get. The second idea is a reason to the first idea. The third idea is a reason to the second idea. These two are connected using a cause and effect indicator. So one is a reason, the other is a result. The third idea is a reason to the second idea. The third idea cannot be the reason to the first idea because the reason and the result can never get separated. According to option C, what is the reason for exacerbation? Tightening of regulatory standards. According to the paragraph, what is the reason for exacerbation? Banks are lending money. The meanings are completely different. 3 is gone. The answer is 4. Come to 4. How many said 4? There are agencies other than banks that influence the credit supply in the economy. Those who said 4, exactly from which sentence in the passage you get? There. The very first sentence of the passage says, no. The very first sentence of this passage says, the recent recession is also caused by the lending policies of banks. From this sentence, tell me, are there agencies other than banks that lend money in the economy? Yes. Option 4 is the implicit meaning of this first sentence of the passage. There's nothing in option 4 going beyond the passage, right? In option D also we have a support indicator, other than. Recent recession is also caused by lending policy of banks means what? Other than banks or agencies that lend money in the economy, right? Option, I say, he is also a teacher of mathematics. He is also a teacher of mathematics. From this, tell me, are there other teachers of mathematics? Yes, the same is the case here. Recent recession is also caused by lending policies of banks means agencies other than banks that influence the credit supply in the economy. The answer is 4. Clear? We focus on indicators. We can create some options quickly. Right? I'll break them, I'll send it to them. Last one is shared in the group. We can refer those indicators and try solving this question. The second one, only one sentence is given here, followed by 4 options. The statement above logically conveys which of the following: inferential question. Nothing in any option must go beyond the sentence. Right. We cannot expect easy questions in examination. Some will be easy, the others will be tough. Answer. B. Any other? No piece of information must go beyond the sentence given as a question. No imagination at all. C. Anyone saying 1? 1, 2, 3, 4. Come to that sentence. Understand the meaning of it. In India, a candidate who advertises in Radio Kerala will get maximum votes from young voters. Framed like a fact or a doubt? Fact. will and would are for a fact, right? This sentence tells us that in India, the candidate advertises in Radio Kerala, he undoubtedly gets maximum votes from young voters, right? Fine. The statement above logically conveys which of the following? Come to option A. In India, for maximum votes from young voters, a candidate need is not a model. Need to is a model. Need not and meaning enti. Need not and meaning enti. Avasaram ledu. In India, for maximum votes from young voters, there is a candidate need not advertise in media other than in Radio Kerala. What option A tells us that in India, if a candidate wants maximum votes from young voters, there is no need for him to advertise in any media other than Radio Kerala. No. Yes? Sentence given as a question tells us that if he advertises in Radio Kerala itself, he gets maximum votes from young voters. That means in India, if a candidate wants maximum votes from young voters, there's no need for him to advertise in any media other than in Radio Kerala. Yes or no? Yes? Leave it. Don't get stuck with any option. I'll come back to it. Come to B. Maximum votes from young voters will help a candidate win the election. Given as an answer, not given. Not given. It's nowhere given that in that sentence whether maximum votes from young voters will help him win the election or not, right? So that piece of information, helping him win the election, goes beyond that sentence. B is eliminated. The sentence just tells us what he has to do to get maximum votes from young voters. Whether those votes will help him win the election or not is not a part of the details given in that sentence. Come to C. Radio Kerala advertising reaches every section of voter in India. Every is a general word or specific word? General. I gave in the list of general words. So option C is general. C says every section of voter in India. The sentence given as a question says young voters in India. Right? Now tell me. Young voters in India, every section of voter in India, which is general, which is specific. Every section of voter in India becomes general. Young voters in India becomes specific. General and specific do not go together. C is eliminated. Come to D. Advertising is the most important factor in political campaigns in India. Most important is the most word superlative degree adjective. If there is a superlative degree adjective in an option, there must be one in the passage. In the sentence given as a question, do we have a superlative degree adjective? Gone. The answer is A. Come to A once again. In India, that sentence also says in India. For maximum votes from young voters, that sentence also says young voters, specific. A candidate need not advertise in media other than in Radio Kerala. Yes, because if he advertises in Radio Kerala itself, he undoubtedly gets maximum votes from young voters. The answer is A. He just need to find out an option that is there in the paragraph. One more we'll do and we'll take a break. The third one, which of the following is a valid inference? This paragraph may be a bit difficult to understand, but if you understand, you can eliminate three options. Right. Understand the meaning and identify the charge. If you solve easy questions and get the answers correct, you'll feel very happy. That happiness will not last long. Beyond the time of the examination. poor. Will we? Answer. We'll go a little bit fast actually. Lack of time. Let me say A, B, C, D. Inferential question. I'll read the paragraph. Powerful evidence has poured in over decades showing the greenhouse effect is real and is happening. Fact or doubt? Fact. To say that the greenhouse effect is real and is happening, we have powerful evidence pouring in over decades. Fact. And yet, resistance to the idea means which idea? Greenhouse effect is real and is happening. Resistance to the idea means supporting the idea, opposing the idea. Opposing the idea. And yet, resistance to the idea among many in the US appears to have hardened. Even though we have powerful evidence to say that the greenhouse effect is real and is happening, many people in the US don't believe that the greenhouse effect is real. Economist ethicist Clive Hamilton says, denialism in America. Tell me, in this context, what is denialism in America? Denying the fact that greenhouse effect is real and is happening. That is denialism in America. Denialism in America has taken on a more partisan ideological tone. The solution to what? Not greenhouse effect. Denialism in America. Solution to denialism in America. After that, we have a colon. Listen. Colon, semicolon, hyphen, brackets. These four punctuation marks are termed as appositions. A-P-P-O-S-I-T-A-O-N. What do you mean by opposition? Against or opposite. Apposition is the opposite of opposition. Apposition means something that is supporting. Colon, semicolon, hyphen, brackets. These are termed as appositions. Now the rule is this. What comes after an apposition explains what comes before. The part after an apposition explains the part before the apposition. In the case of brackets, what is there within the brackets? So what I mean to say is, if what comes before an apposition is positive, what comes after it must also be positive. If what comes before it is negative, what comes after it must also be negative. The second part explains the first part. If you're not able to understand the first part, just read the second part. Same way, if you're not able to understand the second part, just read the first part. The solution, the solution to denialism in America. After that, we have a colon, apposition. So what that solution is given after the colon, right? Eventually, it'll become damn clear that the earth is warming, and the warming is beyond anything we've experienced in millions of years. And people will have to admit what? That the greenhouse effect is real and is happening. So the solution to denialism in America is, when we, in due course of time, will get to know that the earth is getting warmed like anything. Seeing how the earth gets warmed, people will admit that the greenhouse effect is real. This is the solution to denialism in America. But then he stops and laughs. Well, I suppose they could say God is burning us up. This is a sarcastic statement. The author makes fun of them and says that sometimes they may say that God is burning us up. Right? Fine. The whole paragraph. Okay, wait. Which of the following is a valid inference? Right? Come to option A. Huh? Author. But then he stops and laughs. Well, I could suppose they could say God is burning us up. I, within this last sentence is given within quotations, right? I refers to the author. Come to option A. The desire to disbelieve deepens as a scale of the threat grows. Disbelief means disbelief that greenhouse effect is real and is happening. The desire to disbelieve deepens. Deepens means strengthens or weakens. Deepens. Strengthens. Strengthens as the scale of the threat grows, right? Their desire to disbelieve strengthens as the scale of the threat grows. The paragraph tells us that when the earth gets warmed like anything, that means when the scale of the threat grows, those people will admit that the greenhouse effect is real. That means, according to the passage, when the scale of the threat grows, when the earth gets warmed like anything, their desire to disbelieve strengthens or weakens. Weakens, because when the scale of the threat grows, they will admit that the greenhouse effect is real. That means when the scale of the threat grows, their desire to disbelieve weakens. A is contradicting the paragraph. A is eliminated. Any doubt? Come to B. The greenhouse effect is a real threat. Option B is framed like a fact or a doubt. Fact. Exactly which sentence the paragraph? The first sentence says, powerful evidence has poured in over decades showing the greenhouse effect is real and is happening. Fact or doubt? Fact. Fact and fact go together, right? Fine. The whole paragraph is negatively charged or positively charged. According to the paragraph, the greenhouse effect has a positive impact on us or negative impact on us? Negative impact on us. That means the whole paragraph is negative. Option B is negative positive. Right? The greenhouse effect is a real threat. Negative. Negative and negative, the charge remains the same. According to the paragraph, the greenhouse effect has a positive impact on us or negative impact on us? Negative impact on us. Anything that has a negative impact on us is a threat to us. If you have a negative influence on me, that means you are a threat to me, right? Fine. The meaning remains the same. Negative and negative go together. Fact and fact go together. Two must be considered, right? Fine. Come to B. The reluctance to rein in greenhouse effect. That means reluctance means what? Unwilling, hesitant, not ready. The reluctance to rein in greenhouse effect, that means to believe in greenhouse effect, is widespread, right? Paragraph says, many people in the US don't believe that the greenhouse effect is real. Option C says, the reluctance to rein in greenhouse effect is widespread. Now tell me, which is general, which is specific? Many in the US becomes specific. Widespread becomes general. Do not go together. C is good. Come to D. It is surprising how the findings are being rejected in a scientific manner. What are the findings according to the paragraph? That the greenhouse effect is real and that it is happening. Right? These are findings as per the passage. It is surprising how the findings are being rejected in a scientific manner. According to the paragraph, what could be the reason given by them to reject the findings? God is burning us up. This could be the reason given by them to reject the findings. God is burning us up is a scientific reason or unscientific reason? Unscientific reason. Option D says it is surprising how the findings are being rejected in a scientific manner. D contradicts what is in the paragraph. The answer is B. Any doubt? Clear? Shall we take a break? It's only 11:10. You want to bring till what? Actually, it was from 11 to, the break has to be from 11 to 11:30. Okay, I was informed 11 to 11:30. Okay, now anyway, it's 11:10. You take a 20-minute break and come back by 11:30. We'll discuss some more, some other types of questions. Come back by 11:30.